As a fan of the Monster Hunter series, I was excited to learn that the next big entry, Monster Hunter Rise, was being released on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox series, even though it originally started life on the Nintendo Switch and then eventually got ported over to PC, which is where I primarily play the game. However, after playing the game, I can confidently say that it is every bit as good as its predecessor, Monster Hunter World, on console. The work that Capcom put into the PlayStation 5 port has improved the game's graphics and frame rate, making the gameplay even more enjoyable. Rise offers the same seamless and expansive environments as Worlds, and also includes new features that make tracking down the game's titans even more fun. I had the opportunity to review the PlayStation 5 port of the game thanks to an early access review code provided by Capcom. I primarily play the game on PC, so the footage that I'll be showing you guys is from the early parts of the PlayStation 5 version. Overall, I'm really excited to showcase to you guys how this game plays on PlayStation. Now, as I did tell you guys, I was provided an early access review copy of the game by Capcom, so thank you and mahalo to them for the opportunity to cover this game. Let's get back into the review. So Monster Hunter Rise is a mission-based game where players are assigned to hunt a specific monster within a given time limit. The missions take place in various environments with diverse ecosystems and multiple elevations that players must navigate to find their prey. Players can collect materials on the map to craft potions and traps, and also gather small creatures called endemic life to boost their stats. Additionally, players have access to animal companions such as the wirebug, palamute, and palico that aid them during the hunt. The wirebug allows players to swing through the air and climb mountains. The palamute is a large dog-like creature that players can ride for faster travel, and the palico is a humanoid cat that assists players in battle with traps and gadgets. The main objective in Monster Hunter Rise is to hunt and defeat monsters in order to prepare for a catastrophic event known as the Rampage. This event occurs every 50 years where monsters band together and go on a destructive rampage, destroying everything in their path. The player's home village, Kimura, was almost destroyed by this phenomenon 50 years ago, and is now showing signs of happening again. As a hunter appointed by Kimura, the player must defend the village and uncover the cause of the monster's behavior in order to end the rampage. The plot of the game is a typical monster hunting story, with the main focus being on hunting and defeating unique monsters based on Japanese mythology, rather than a complex narrative with extensive character development. In Monster Hunter Rise, players have the choice of 14 different weapon types, each with its own distinct set of moves, strengths, weaknesses, and the like. The wirebug is a giant insect that produces iron silk, can be used to perform aerial attacks and execute powerful moves called silk bind attacks in combat. Additionally, the wyvern riding mechanic allows players to temporarily take control of a monster by using the wirebug's iron silk, allowing them to attack other monsters or make them crash into walls. This allows players to use the monsters as a tool during fights and makes the combat a bit more dynamic. After successfully hunting or capturing a monster, players collect their body parts as a reward, which can be taken back to Kimura Village's smithy to be used to forge powerful weapons and armor. This forms the core gameplay loop of Monster Hunter Rise, and it's just as enjoyable here on PlayStation 5 as it was on Nintendo Switch and PC. The game is incredibly satisfying as players learn to read the monster's attack patterns by utilizing the new Silk Bind attacks, and players are motivated to hunt the monsters multiple times to collect their body parts to craft new weapons and armor with unique designs, similar to Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. One of the standout features of the PC, PlayStation 4, 5, and Xbox versions of Monster Hunter Rise is that it includes all the free post-launch updates that the Nintendo Switch version received previously from version 3.6.1, which was the November 2021 update, and onward. This includes the conclusion of the high-rank quest storyline, new monsters to hunt, and event quests that offer new weapons, armor, poses, emotes, stickers, and more. This means that the PlayStation 5 players will have immediate access to all the content available in the game without having to wait for the PlayStation 5 port's content to catch up to the Nintendo Switch or PC version that's previously released. Unfortunately, there's currently nor are there plans to include crossplay features and functionality and it's just not available in any version of Monster Hunter Rise. And this means that players on different platforms such as PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X cannot play with or compete against each other in multiplayer modes or even play with those who have the Nintendo Switch version. In my opinion, this is a significantly missed opportunity for Capcom, as crossplay allows players from different platforms to play together and expand the pool of players to play with. It also increases player retention and satisfaction as a player can play with friends regardless of the platform that they're on. And, maybe in the next version of Monster Hunter this will be added, but right now that is a massive missed opportunity. I don't understand why, but, there are reasons for it, right? In addition to the standard hunting quests, Monster Hunter Rise also features rampage quests, which are tower defense like missions where players must defend Komura Village from waves of attacking monsters during the rampage. In these quests, players have access to various tools such as defense turrets, environmental traps, and NPC allies to help fend off the monsters. They also have the ability to use gongs that grant a massive damage boost to players and teammates when rung. To complete Rampage quests, players must protect the gates of Komura Village until the timer runs out or defeat the leader of the attacking horde, which can be a major threat, an enlarged version of a regular monster or an apex monster, a highly mutated and immune variant with powerful new attacks. The Rampage quests are particularly enjoyable when played multiplayer, as players can coordinate to take down the apex monster while another player blasts it with its cannons. The rewards for successfully completing these quests are also worth the planning and effort. The graphical enhancements of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions of Monster Hunter Rise, as well as the PC, are one of the biggest selling points of the game. Compared to the Nintendo Switch version's frame rate of 30 frames per second and a resolution of 720p, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions offer a significant upgrade with a frame rate of 120 frames per second and resolution of 1080p or 4K along with a variable refresh rate. Additionally, this version also includes other graphical upgrades such as high-resolution textures, motion blur, depth of field, anti-aliasing, and detailed shadows, making for a more visually stunning experience. On the Nintendo Switch version, players often found the input commands to be a bit unresponsive, causing attacks to fail and forcing them to rely on button mashing. And yet, with the higher frame rates in the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and the PC next generation versions, this issue is no longer present, and the combat system is smoother and more enjoyable, particularly during the hectic Rampage quests. Furthermore, the improved resolution makes the Monster Hunter experience more immersive. The monsters appear more detailed and attractive with better textured scales and fur, and the special effects of attacks also have been visually enhanced. The anti-aliasing smooths out the edges, and the improved visual effects enables players to better see what's happening on screen, making the battles more engaging to watch. Overall, the PlayStation 5 version of Monster Hunter Rise is a superior experience compared to the Nintendo Switch version due to the enhancements made for the PlayStation 5. The game offers some of the best combat mechanics in the series, the new monsters are a joy to hunt, and the improved frame rate and resolution enhance the hunting experience. While there are some minor drawbacks, they do not detract from the overall enjoyment of the game. However, I have to say, cross-platform play would have been a massive selling point for this game. Hopefully with the next Monster Hunter iteration we'll get that, but I think we're going to have Monster Hunter Rise probably for the next couple years before we get a new installment. If you're searching for a fun and engaging multiplayer game on PlayStation 5 or your Xbox Series or even PC, the Monster Hunter Rise is a must-try, must-buy, must-own when it drops later on this month in January. It's an excellent way to start off the new year, so make sure you pick it up today.